Hi Aquarius, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your April 2019 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, and Aquarius Rising signs. So Aquarius, for this reading, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck along with the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle cards. I also will be pulling you a Health and Well-Being Oracle and then a Love and Relationship Oracle as well. Alright, so what does Aquarius need to know for April 2019? Aquarius, April 2019, Aquarius. Alright, Aquarius, so the overall energy for you guys for April is the Knight of Swords. Alright, so let's see here, Aquarius. Knight of Swords energy, he's a very fast-moving knight. He can charge forward very quickly. So some of you might be taking action, making some moves, moving forward with something maybe very quickly. So just know that. The advice that I always give with the Knight of Swords is make sure that you really look at the details, think things through thoroughly before making any swift moves, because for me sometimes, he can be someone who's a little impatient and he tends to just charge forward. He doesn't always think before he acts, so just keep that in mind. For other Aquarians, travel could be in the cards. I definitely see that here. We're starting out with the World. We have the World and then the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm definitely reading for some Aquarians that, maybe you're doing well. You might have a little extra money here this month. Some of you can definitely afford to travel, so you might be doing some traveling here in April. We do have Easter coming up, so maybe you're traveling for Easter. You have a couple of cards here that speak about travel. For me, the World can indicate long-distance travel, so maybe some of you are even traveling to like another country. You could be traveling over water. And with this Knight of Swords energy, you could even be making your mind up about this out of nowhere, all of a sudden deciding to travel. The World for me represents you successfully completing, it can be a chapter or a phase of your life, or something has come full circle. For me, it's a very blessed energy. I do always say with the World that it does require patience, because you are easing out of one chapter or phase of your life and then easing into the next. For those of you that it's a chapter or a phase, there might be the need for you to be patient. It's interesting because we have the Knight of Swords, which for me tends to be someone who's in a hurry. He's ready. He wants to go. For other Aquarians, maybe something is completing within your life. So for some of you, that could be a job. It could be something financial or something on the work front with the Nine of Pentacles here. Other Aquarians, Nine of Pentacles is someone who's doing well. For some of you, maybe you've made it. You might be in a really good place financially. Nine of Pentacles is someone who's worked very hard. They have a lot to show for themselves. So some of you might be traveling because maybe you have a little extra money. Maybe you can travel. So some of you definitely could be doing some traveling here. At your foundation, I have the Queen of Swords. And so for some of those Aquarians that here with the Queen of Swords here at your foundation, for some of you, you've already definitely thought about something with the Queen of Swords here. So some of you are making moves here with the Knight of Swords. You could be, taking action very suddenly. For some of you, yes, you might have to think about something thoroughly, but I see here that some of you already have. So some of you could be making some important decisions, charging forward, taking some sort of action. And with the Queen of Swords here at your foundation, especially you Aquarian women. I do have some feminine energy here. For you guys, most likely you've already thought about something very thoroughly here. So this is you charging forward, taking action with the Queen of Swords at your foundation. You know, I view her as someone who's very serious, someone who is focused on the details, the small things. She's very thorough. She's got a sharp eye. So some of you have already looked at something maybe very closely. And what's interesting is here in the recent past, I have the Eight of Cups, which is kind of like I'm over something. For some of you, it's like I'm over it. I'm moving forward. I'm maybe done with something here. For others, it's that you're ready to maybe move forward with this Knight of Swords, the Eight of Cups. This is like you moving on, focused on the future. Maybe some of you decided something here in the recent past, and now here in April, some of you are charging forward. And also with the Queen of Swords energy, she can be someone who will use this sword to sever ties with that's no longer serving her. So some of you Aquarians that I'm reading for, maybe you freed yourself. It could be a process, but some of you could have freed yourself. Some of you are maybe walking away from something here. And if that's the case, it wasn't serving you any longer emotionally here, and that could be what's completing. Some of you, though, you're in a good place with the Nine of Pentacles here. You know, she's someone who, you know, has a lot to show for herself. So, you know, if you let go of a relationship, which this is an independent energy, you know, some of you are in a really good place, and, you know, you're just maybe over someone or over something and you're ready to move forward. Some of you might be more focused on your career here in April. You know, what's crowning you is the Chariot. So, again, another card of travel. But I like that the Chariot is crowning you, because the Chariot is someone who's empowered, in control. So that's really what I'm getting for you guys is it's like you're ready. You know, you're ready to charge forward. You're in control. You're in the driver's seat. And you're ready to go. Now, some of you, that's physically traveling here, definitely. You might even be buying yourself a new car. But other Aquarians, it's like, I'm ready to maybe start, you know, the next chapter here. You're over something, you're ready to charge forward. Some of you, though, might have a decision that you have to make with the Chariot and then the Two of Swords here in the near future. Some of you could be looking at a couple of different paths that you're moving down. Now, some of you have already thought about this very thoroughly, but others, if this is just something that's coming up for you here, the first, the second week of the month, make sure that you're listening to your intuition. The Two of Swords for me can even be like a card of non-action. This person isn't sure. So I think I'm reading for many Aquarians that you are sure, but then other Aquarians you're not sure. So I'm reading for, you know, two different groups here. Some of you have already thought about something. Others, it's like maybe here at the start of the month you're realizing that, you know, it's time to move on or move forward in some way. And what's needed is you going within and listening to your intuition. But for me, the Two of Swords can be someone who's a little hesitant. They're not sure. It can even be a little bit of like a procrastinating sort of energy here. But that's not going to be for all of you. That's only going to be for some of you. But what's needed, again, is listening to your intuition in the position of your power of the High Priestess. So very intuitive here around this time. Some of you, though, you could be a little bit too stuck in your head, and so there is the need to definitely balance those thoughts, maybe to ground yourself so you can go within and listen to your intuition. The High Priestess, though, is very secretive. She's mysterious, and so there could be some Aquarians that at this time you might be making some moves here. You might be keeping them quiet, which there's nothing wrong with that. I definitely could be reading for some Aquarians that around the third week, you know, maybe you are keeping things to yourself, because in the position of how those around you, friends, family, how they're viewing you, we have the Moon. So this is a lot of like secretive sort of energy here. You might be a mystery to someone, or you're There's a lot of unknowns with you, or maybe a situation. So someone could be looking at you like maybe you're hiding something or you're keeping something to yourself, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but that is maybe how someone around you, maybe someone who's close to you, that could be how they're viewing you, as like you're keeping things hidden. Maybe you're making some moves here quietly. That's really what I'm getting with this. And then in the hopes and fears, I do have the Emperor. So there might be a male, there might be a man around you. You might be, you know, hoping that something happens with this man, or for some of you, maybe hoping that something finishes with this man. With the Emperor here in this position, I do feel like for some of you, this is a character. And with the Emperor, he can be someone who's very successful. He might have a lot of life experience. He can be an Aries, but he doesn't have to be an Aries. For me, the Emperor can be an Aries, a Taurus, but definitely doesn't have to be one of those signs. I also view him as a married man or someone who was married. He might be a father. Energy that you're leaving the month of April with going into May, we do have the Ten of Rods. So some of you have a lot going on at this time. This is you having a lot on your plate with the Ten of Rods, a lot of different demands, a lot of responsibilities, but you're handling them, you're getting them done. Some of you might need to lighten your load here at this time, you know, maybe between work and then family. And for some of you, we see you, you know, making some moves here, moving forward in some way. Maybe it's just a bit much. You might have a ton on your plate here, so maybe needing to ask for help. For some of you, you might feel maybe burdened by something here with the Ten of Wands. Something could be weighing on you or stressing you out. But let's take a look at this. We will clarify the Ten of Wands. For some of you, it's you have a lot on your plate between maybe travel, family, work, and everything that you have going on. And so maybe needing to lighten your load here at this time. For others, this could be you feeling a little weighed down by something. But if that's the case, that could be why you're making moves. Maybe some of you are making moves quietly because something is weighing on you. Maybe you're over it. You don't want to deal with it any longer, and that could be why you're making moves. So we're clarifying the Ten of Wands for Aquarius. Okay, interesting. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the moon for Aquarius, clarifying the moon, which is in the position of how those around you are viewing you. So we will take a closer look at the moon here. Some of you might have water in your chart, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's so interesting, Aquarius. All right, so one last thing here. I want to take a look at the Two of Swords. Okay, so first looking at the Ten of Wands here, we have the Tower, the Moon again, and then the Five of Cups. This is clarifying the Ten of Wands. So very, very interesting. The Tower can be something that's happening suddenly. It's not automatically negative, but maybe some of you are finding something out with the Moon here and the Tower, something that was hidden coming to light or surfacing. Five of Cups energy obviously can speak about heartache, sorrow, can be loss. But for those of you that are experiencing this energy, this way. It doesn't mean that maybe someone broke up with you, because what I feel like for many of you is you're in control, you're empowered. So you might be making some moves. There could be some Aquarians that you're breaking up with someone, you're leaving a relationship or a business partnership or a situation, you're leaving something. And here, you know, Five of Cups for me can always speak about the past, someone who has regrets. The Moon and the Five of Cups can be a very emotional energy for me, and it's clarifying the Ten of Wands, which is like someone who's weighed down. So at this time, there could be some Aquarians that you're very emotional. So here at this time, by you seeing this reading, you can maybe do something about this. Maybe some of you need to let it out. Maybe you need to talk to someone. Maybe you need to vent, because the Tower can be, especially with this combination, feelings kind of bubbling over here. For some of you, you might be incredibly emotional. So maybe what's needed is talking to someone or letting it all out here, so there isn't like an explosion. The Tower for me can also be someone who's dropping the bomb. So there could be some Aquarians that you're dropping the bomb here. You could be surprising someone. Maybe that's not the easiest though with the Ten of Wands. If you are kind of leaving a situation, something behind, you could be surprising someone. Here with the Two of Swords, some of you are trying to make an important decision. That's what I feel like. Some of you are trying to make an important decision. Now, some of you might feel a little stuck, but just remember that you're in the driver's seat, Aquarius. For some of you, something has come full circle. Some of you might feel a little stuck, though. You are going through great change with death, though. So some of you are feeling a little hesitant, a little stuck when it comes to making a decision, but I think that you will get there. This is also a very passionate energy with the Seven of Wands. So I feel like some of you want something very much. It's just, it might not be so easy for you here with this energy. It might not be the easiest, but I feel like you are very passionate about something. You know what it is that you want, Aquarius. So even if you're a little hesitant or feeling a little stuck at one point here in April, I think that you will kind of move past this. Some of you, yes, with death in the Tower, the universe can be stepping in because something needs to complete. So just know that that's not going to be for all of you. That might be for a very small number of you, because I feel like for many of you, you have control in this situation. Now, looking at the Moon, this is very interesting, Aquarius, because we have 3 pages here. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and then the Page of Rods. So this is clarifying the Moon. So the Moon, for me, can represent the unknown, what's hidden, what's in the dark. Those things will surface. They will come to light. So some of you could be finding something out here at this time. With this combination, there even could be some Aquarians that maybe you're watching someone. Here with this Knight of Swords is the overall energy. The Page of Swords, there certainly could be like some Aquarians that maybe you're watching someone. You could be seeing something here. Maybe you're finding something out here at this time. Also with the Pages, there could be something that you're hearing. Yeah, so this is very interesting. There could be something you're hearing. You could be telling someone how you feel, and this could be around the 3rd week. So those of you that were hesitant prior, you know, you could be telling someone exactly how you feel here at this time, and maybe it's because you're hearing something kind of pushes you over the edge here. So very, very interesting, Aquarius. Let's pull you some additional guidance cards to get more insight about this. I definitely suggest watching your other signs. Watch your Moon, watch your Rising for more information. If you need even more insight, I definitely recommend a private reading. All right, so what else does Aquarius need to know for April 2019? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Additional guidance for Aquarius. right, what's interesting is a few other signs actually had this card as well. So you might have had this a couple of times. All right, and I felt the need to look at both of these, Aquarius. I'm also pulling you in Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle card, focusing on health and well-being for Aquarius for the month of April. Aquarius. All right, so that's interesting. All right. And then focusing on love and relationship matters. But as always, Aquarius, over on Vimeo, I do have the Love Tarot forecast for the month of April posted. That link is below if you are interested. Aquarius, focusing on love life for April 2019. Aquarius. All right. Lots of cards jumping and wanting to come out. I'm going to take the one that's upright. Interesting. Okay, so overall additional guidance card, Aquarius. We have music for manifesting. To manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. So this will help you. We know that some of you are charging forward. Some of you are over something. Something is completing, or a phase or chapter is completing for you. This is you empowered. This is you moving forward. And I think the path that you're on is a path of success here with the Chariot. To make things kind of move a little bit quicker, or even sometimes to make the energy not feel so stagnant or slow moving, what can help you is just kind of keeping your mind off of that. Some of you, what can help you is listening to music. That will help you kind of keep your mind off of certain things. If you are making like a tough decision and it's not the easiest for you, music certainly could help you kind of get through this. Protection. You and your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. So this is actually one of my favorite cards, Aquarius, from this deck. So it's always a beautiful confirmation that you are being spiritually guided, you are protected. For some of you, you have maybe even ancestors looking out for you. So this is beautiful. Now, focusing on health and well-being, we have children. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help children. So some of you might have children, you know, maybe you have 3 children. We have 3 pages here. So some of you might be dealing with children here in April. Others, you know, it won't be children. But for some of you, you certainly might have children, and maybe this isn't so easy for you because children are involved here. We know that for some of you, this might be an emotional matter. So children could be involved here. Maybe there's something going on with a child, because we also have alternative medicine. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to the ideal healing treatment modality and for giving me clear signs and messages to validate the best path for my well-being. So there certainly could be something going on with a child for some of you, but just know that you are spiritually protected here at this time. So are your children. What can help maybe you and your children here in April is maybe, you know, having fun, dancing, listening to music, singing songs, things like that. For other Aquarians, you know, this might be the message for you. Maybe you have something going on. It might not have anything to do with children, but maybe there's like some sort of like alternative medicine that you can find, like a natural remedy or something like that with this card. So that's very, very interesting. And then focusing on love life, we do have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So some of you might need to release an ex. We see here that some of you are ready to move forward and let go of the past. So not all of you need to release an ex. Some of you need to release an ex. Others, the message here is it's time to kind of clear your energy. So maybe needing to cleanse your environment. For some of you, that could be helpful, especially if you're feeling like the energy's a little slow moving at times, or even a little stagnant. What can help is actually clearing the energy. For some of you, maybe you even need to like do some sort of cleanse here with this combination. Other Aquarians may be needing to release an ex, or maybe forget about the past, which I definitely see that some of you are doing. You're ready here, and you